Four-wheeler car installation. Start.
The chassis is the base of a formula car, which carries all the other parts. Now let's install suspension. The suspension connects the chassis and the wheels. And now we need to install brakes. The brakes are used to slow the formula car down or to stop it. Now let's install wheels. The formula car needs its wheels to move on the track. This is an engine. Install it. The engine turns the wheels so that the formula car can move. Now install the battery. The battery provides power for electronics and controls of the formula car. Let's install a water radiator. The water radiator is needed so that the engine does not overheat. Install an oil radiator. The oil radiator is needed to keep the engine from catching fire. Now let's install a fuel tank. The fuel tank contains gasoline or other fuel. Now install the controls of a formula car. They consist of pedals and a special steering wheel that differs from the one installed in common cars. The steering wheel of a formula car has a lot of buttons, levers, and displays, which help the driver monitor the condition of a car and grant access to extra features. Let's install a driver's seat. This is where the driver of a formula car sits. Install the bodywork of a formula car. The bodywork of a formula car is made of lightweight and strong materials. Thanks to its shape, the air currents prevent the car from getting off the ground at high speeds and press it to the track. This is a rear wing. Install it. This is an adjustable part of the formula car body, with the help of which the driver controls the downforce that presses the car against the track. Now install the side mirrors. With the help of mirrors, a driver in the front can see the cars behind him. You're doing really great. Of a firefighting helicopter and assemble it. Let's install chassis. Chassis are the wheels that are used during takeoff and landing. And now let's install the helicopter bucket. Firefighters use the helicopter bucket to scoop water and extinguish fire from above. And now we need to install the seats. The pilot and crew of a helicopter sit on the seats. It's time to install controls. They are necessary for a pilot to control the helicopter. Now let's install a fuel tank. The fuel tank contains gasoline or other fuel. Let's install a fuselage. Parts of an aircraft are attached to the fuselage, and equipment and cargo are placed inside it. At first, let's install an engine. The engine makes the rotors of a helicopter turn. Now we need to install a main rotor. The main rotor lifts a helicopter upwards. Let's install a tail rotor. The tail rotor helps a helicopter change directions. We did it! Amazing! Construction of a motocross bike. Drag the parts to their places. Let's install the swing arm with a shock absorber. The swing arm attaches the rear wheel of the motorcycle to its body, and the shock absorber ensures a smoother landing after the jump. Install the front fork with the shock absorbers. The front wheel and the handlebars of a motocross bike are attached to it. Now let's install wheels. The motocross bike needs its wheels to move on the track, and now we need to install brakes. The brakes are used to slow the motocross bike down or to stop it. This is an engine. Install it. The engine turns the wheels with the help of a chain so that the motocross bike can move. And now let's install a muffler. The muffler helps to expel gases and reduces the noise of an engine. Now let's install a fuel tank. The fuel tank contains gasoline or other fuel. Let's install the handlebars of a motocross bike. By turning the handlebars, a driver turns the front fork, thus choosing the direction. Now let's install controls. They're mounted in the handlebars and on the sides of a motocross bike. All this is needed for a driver to control the motocross bike. Let's install a driver's seat. This is where the driver of a motocross bike sits. Install the bodywork of a motocross bike.
No, stop.
The bodywork protects the driver and the parts of the motocross bike from dirt and damage. Don't stop.
और अगर तुम लोग नए हो तो सब्सक्राइब करो, वो जो लाल वाला बटन है उस पर फूट फेंक के मारो या फिर मोमबत्ती। मुझे